Here's a little piece I wrapped today, and it is red amber. It's an odd little shape, but someone asked me to wrap this for them, and so this is the one that we'll be wrapping today. So stay tuned. Hi, it's Tammy again with W Tammy Creations, and today we're going to be wrapping this little itty bitty amber stone, and it is an odd shape. It is only about 3/4 of an inch wide and 1/2 an inch tall, so it's very small. But it does have this really thick end where I think that will be my bottom, and I'm going to place these wires. I'm going to do a little wrap on these 4 square 20 gauge dead soft copper wires, and I will do that with my 28 gauge wire. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut off a length of that. I don't need a whole lot, maybe 2.5 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the bottom wire, and I'm going to wrap around 3 times. Okay, and then kind of squish those 3 together. And I'm going to trim off this tail. Okay, then I'm going to lay my next wire on top. Okay, and I'm about, well, just a little left of center, because I'm not going to make this a very long weave, maybe 1/2 an inch. But I'm going to bring my wire now up and around both of these 2 square wires. I'll do that 2 times. Squish them together. Then I'll put my 3rd wire on. This will be a little different than what I've done in the past. Instead of going between these 2 and around the top 2, I'm going to come from underneath, and I'm going to go around all 3 twice. And then I'll put my 4th wire on, and I'm going to come from underneath, and I will go around all 4 twice. Okay, then we have to come back down. So now we will come over the 3rd wire. So we'll be going over 3 wires twice, and then over the bottom 2 twice. And you don't want to make it too tight. And then over the bottom one, I'll just do 2 over the bottom one. Okay, so that gives us a nice little triangle shape. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to press it down yet, because I might need to maneuver where it sits. But I'm just going to repeat that probably 2, maybe 3 more times. So I'm going to go over the bottom 2, then over the bottom 3 twice, keeping them nice and close together, then over all 4 twice, and then coming back down. You just need to make sure that your wires are in order here. I'm going to go over the top 3, the bottom 3, over the bottom 2 twice, and then I will do twice around the bottom. Now we can just do a little check here to see how that looks, and actually that might be enough right there. So I think I'm going to stop. I'll just do that many, and make sure that this is right in the center. That looks good. And now I'm going to press these down with my nylon pliers. and I can trim this off. So I probably used, I don't know, 14 inches, maybe not even that many, of the 28 gauge to do that. All right, so now I'm going to place this so that my 2 points, not the side that has all the coils at the bottom, but the top where it has just the 2, I'm going to put that so that it's pointing out toward the front, what will be the front. And then I'm going to begin wrapping up one side and the other side. And the side on the right has a bit more of a slant to it there. So I just want to follow the curves of the stone itself as I come up and around like this. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it to the back. And I think I can do, just with my finger, I'm going to pull the very back wires inward and over the back of the stone. If you need to, you can use your pliers to do this as well. There, to hold that in place. I just press it down like this. And then I've got the 3 coming up the side and the 3 coming up this side. And then at the top, there is this tiny little point. So I'm going to go ahead and bend, get this one out of the way, bend these ones that are coming up from the left straight up from that point, and the same with these coming up from the right. Bend those so they're coming straight up as well. Like this. Okay. I think what I will do next, I'm just going to bend this in a little bit more in the back. Make sure that will hold that in. That these aren't overlapping here. Okay. I'm going to take this one from the very front. I'm going to cross it over the first one from the left side. I'm going to cross it over like this and bring it around the side and then around the other side. And that helps a lot. Now it feels much more secure. And I'll just tighten it a bit. Okay. So this, it's just really an odd shape. So it's hard to really tell what should be up and what should be down. And, you know, the person that asked me to wrap this for him did not specify on this one. So I'm just doing what comes natural as I wrap it. So I've got these coming in. I'm going to go ahead and bend this front one on the right down a bit to cover the top of the front. There. Okay. And I'm going to bring this one around one more time. And separate these out just a little. Okay. So there's our back. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this down a bit more, capture the back there. Okay. And this did slide over a bit to the right, but you know, I'm not going to worry about that because it's just a odd shape, and my main goal was to capture it so that it won't come loose from the wires. I don't think it's going to. So it kind of has a little, you know, it's not symmetrical, but I think that looks kind of pretty. But it's still unisex. So the man that gave this to me can wear it. And let's see here. Now we've got lots of wires up here at the top, and we're not going to need all of these. So I'm just going to figure out which ones I'll use for the bail, and then we'll figure out how to manage the rest. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and bring this front one on the right, and I'm going to bring it around to follow this one that's already in the front. So I'm going to bend it a little bit around to follow this one. And let's see if I can curve it just a bit. But I don't want it to look feminine, so I just want it to be a little bit more secure. I'll bring this over a little bit more too on this side. Okay. And then, let's see. I'm going to use these two for the bail. So I'm just going to bring them slightly forward and then bend them just around my fingers. So I'll have two here to make a bail with. And I'm gonna undo this one that's been going around and around a little bit so that it can go over the top of those two. So I'll bring it around one more time. But I want it to go underneath that one that I just put there. Pull it through to the back. Possible. There we go. And I'm just going to trim that off in the back here and then tuck it down. There we go. Okay, so now we've got a few extra wires here. Just move this over a little bit. Oops. And I think I'm going to bring this is a tail from the one side of my bail. And I'm just going to bring it around, push it into the little, so that it follows that sweep there. And I'm just going to tuck it in behind one of these wires on the side. If I can get in there. Just push it in that spot. Okay. And then I'm going to bring this one around the front and curve it as well to kind of cover up some of these wires that are going around the neck and just bring it around to the back. I'm going to trim it off and tuck it in inside here. Bend it down. And this one I think I'll trim and I can tuck it in as well. Kind of similar way. Grab hold of it and stick it inside here. Yeah. Press it down. Okay, and just try to get my bail even. Okay, so this one, I'm going to bring this one around the other direction and trim it off and just make a little curl there on the side. There we go. Get these even. And these last two, I think I'll just bend them around. I'm going to cut them off here and push them through this little gap. So I'm going to cut them off here and bend them into that little gap there. Close them off there. So that kind of continues this shape that I've got going in the front there. So sometimes not knowing what you're going to do when you first set out is, you know, it's fine. You end up making it look like something that you hadn't really had any idea about. Just making sure the back doesn't have any points that are sticking out. Looks like this little 28 gauge is sticking out just a bit from where I wrapped, so I'll stick that down. But I will oxidize this and think it's ready to go. Thanks for watching.